In a video earlier this year, I listed the everyday activities which we're now being warned could cause heart attacks. These include taking paracetamol, drinking Lucozade and similar drinks, shoveling snow, watching sports on TV, post-pandemic stress syndrome, and paying your energy bills. All these things could cause heart attacks, but the timing was extraordinary. At a time when millions of people were taking a new medical intervention which is known to cause such problems, there is a deluge of warnings of things which could be blamed, none of which have been flagged up as problematic previously, and none of which are the new thing which people are taking, whereby heart attack, heart attack, heart attack, heart attack, oh, he's been shoveling snow, he's been watching TV, he's been drinking Lucozade. Things have subsequently moved on, and a spot of finesse has been added. Blood clots, the nation's favourite drink, could make your blood sticky, increasing risk. A blood clot in the vein, usually in the leg, is known as deep vein thrombosis, and it can be extremely dangerous, life-threatening even. Could sipping on the nation's favourite drink be increasing your risk? Speaking exclusively to the Express, Professor Mark Whitty, a leading consultant venous surgeon, cautioned that caffeine could lead to sticky blood, thereby increasing your risk of a blood clot. How to tell if you might have a blood clot? Sharp chest pain. If somebody collapses clutching their chest, it might be because they've had a cup of tea. Risk factors for developing deep vein thrombosis, and they list there all the risk factors, but they do appear inexplicably to have left one out rather conspicuously. Drinking tea is now added to the list of possible causes of death by heart explosion. Not to be confused with the Pai-Mei 5-point palm heart exploding technique as practiced by Beatrice on Bill at the end of Kill Bill 2, but apparently equally deadly. However, the heat and the finesse, as I mentioned, is about to be ratcheted up a notch. Urgent warning to gardeners as soil increases risk of killer heart disease. Gardeners have been warned that their habit could lead them at an increased risk of heart disease. Medics found that pollutants in the soil could have a detrimental effect on the cardiovascular system. So yada yada yada, amusing again but boring so far. This is just another preposterous claim about the newly discovered apparent lethality of a formerly innocuous activity. But why kill one bird with that one stone when you can do for two at the same time? The results of the analysis pushed experts to recommend that people wear a face mask if they are in close contact with the soil. Until we know more, it seems sensible to wear a face mask to limit exposure to wind-blown dust. So if you touch soil, and this is not indulge in the potentially physically demanding activity of gardening, simply touch soil, you might have a heart attack, to guard against which you should wear a face mask. You will acknowledge that this fits the definition of killing two birds with one stone. So the list of ludicrously innocuous daily activities that can kill you, absent from which is the one activity that if they focused on it, they could stop writing these ridiculous stories, gets longer. It just gets longer and longer and longer and longer and longer. The following would now appear to be the full list. Taking paracetamol, drinking Lucozade, shoveling snow, watching sports on TV, post-pandemic stress syndrome, paying your energy bills, drinking tea and touching soil, guarding against which requires you to, of course, what else? But which does not include any reference, obviously enough, to a relatively experimental medical intervention which was rolled out relatively inadequately tested and which was subsequently found to behave in ways which were not remotely anticipated. To include that as a possible cause would of course be inconceivable to all sober-minded and sensible people. That one's too good not to do again.